This is ABC 3340 News. Now, breaking news.
Two big stories this midday. The U.S. has now given Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine full approval.
And the search is on for several people missing after major flooding in Middle Tennessee.
But we start right now with that big announcement on Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine. It has received full FDA approval. Pfizer says the U.S. is now the first country to fully approve the shot. More than 200 million Pfizer doses have been administered in the U.S. Pfizer CEO says he hopes the FDA's decision will help increase confidence in its vaccine.
This is ABC 3340 News Midday.
Happening right now, the remnants of Ida are devastating the Northeast, bringing deadly flooding to New York and New Jersey, among other states. New York City police are reporting 8 people were killed after being trapped in flooded basements. The mayor of Elizabeth, New Jersey, says 5 people were found dead in an apartment complex there. And new video this midday showing the severity of flooding in New York. This bus in Queens struggling to drive through the flood. As you can see right there, it is quickly filling up with water. You can see those passengers trying to stand on their seats just to avoid it.
We're on top of some breaking news. A judge has ruled against the Florida governor's ban on mask mandates in schools. A Leon County Circuit judge ruled last month Governor Ron DeSantis did not have authority to stop schools from enforcing mask mandates. DeSantis appealed that ruling, and that led to an automatic stay on the judge's decision. But today, moments ago, that same judge lifted the stay. That means the original ruling can stay in place. That case now moves to an appeals court in Tallahassee.
This is ABC 3340 News Midday.
We begin this midday taking a live look over the city of Tuscaloosa. Beautiful day out there, plenty of sunshine and even a little taste of fall. But what does the weekend have in store? Thanks so much for being with us. I'm Sarah Snyder.
I'm Catherine Page. Let's get straight to meteorologist Evan Chickvera. Evan, none of us are missing that high humidity.
Not at all. As a matter of fact, I made it a point to be out yesterday evening as well as this morning. The lower humidity is really the difference maker. You can have temperatures at 80 degrees, but with a dew point or that higher surface humidity, it feels completely different, dry versus saturated. Temperatures right now, very similar to yesterday. We're clinging to upper 70s in Blount as well as Coleman counties. We're 82 over in Anniston, 82 here in Birmingham. Take a look at where these temperatures dipped to. A couple 50s out there this morning. Marion and Winston County both recording upper 50s there. The coolest spot, Aniana there in Blount County at 56, 58 in Coleman, 60s for the rest of us. But again, the low humidity made it feel very nice to start the day. Just a few passing cumulus clouds as we look at our satellite product here heading into the afternoon. This is what things will be looking like. Partly cloudy skies, lower to middle 80s. We have our Friday night rivals game of the week coming up tonight as Spain Park takes on Hewitt-Trussville, the Huskies, and we will see kickoff at 7 o'clock. 78 degrees to start the day, but as we head home in the evening, we will be looking at partly cloudy skies, temperatures in the lower 70s. Much more on football and your weekend forecast coming up on News Midday.
We have new updates about an overnight triple shooting near Gardendale. The Jefferson County Sheriff's Office now says it all started with an argument over tools. Deputies say 32-year-old Brandon Swack demanded to borrow tools. When the victim refused, deputies say Swack left and came back threatening with a pistol. The victim then shot Swack, who started shooting randomly. 2 more people were hit. All 3 are expected to recover, and Swack is in custody.
Developing now the search for new clues in the death of an 11-month-old boy in East Alabama. The Calhoun County Sheriff's Office says that baby somehow fell into a septic tank and drowned. It happened Wednesday at a house in Alexandria on Pelham Lane. Deputies say the child's father was at a friend's house working on a car.
A man is now in custody for a double shooting in Pelham. Charles Hatcher is in the Shelby County Jail charged with murder and attempted murder. A man was killed in that Tuesday shooting. A woman was hurt. And you can always stay up to date on the latest developing stories with our ABC 3340 News app. It is available at the App Store and on Google Play.
This Labor Day weekend has doctors on edge as our state is dealing with a COVID-19 surge. Doctors suggest wearing a mask this weekend, regardless of your vaccination status. This applies for indoor and outdoor activities where people may be gathered close together. The medical community hopes that people will make good choices.
will there be crowds? Will people be crowded close together? Will we be indoors or outdoors? Because we know that outdoor activities are less risky. Will people be wearing a mask? Should I wear a mask if I'm close to other people?
UAB Dr. Sarah Nafziger says that these choices really could make a difference. We have seen the number of cases climb after major holidays.
Something else to think about, hundreds of thousands of football fans will pack into outdoor stadiums across the state. Doctors see these games as a possible perfect storm for spreading the virus. They strongly encourage fans to wear masks to these first games of the season. UAB's Dr. Suzanne Judd says stadium seats are close together and people are yelling and screaming at their teams. That allows COVID-19 particles of an infectious person to reach other people. Another concern, people who are sick may not stay home because they've already bought a ticket.
You take all three of those things together, and it's really the perfect storm for spreading COVID right now. Our levels are high in Alabama. I'm not going to say they're not. They're really, really high. They're particularly high in children and people between the ages of 20 and 40.
The Alabama Department of Public Health hopes a new program can use college football players to help encourage more vaccinations. The campaign is called Kick COVID. 13 colleges and universities will each have a highlighted home game in which free COVID-19 vaccines will be provided for attendees. Fans participating will each get a $75 gift card from the bookstore of that college or university. Right now, there are no plans to include booster shots at these events.
I think it's possible there could be a decision made on that before the end of this program. You know, this is going to run over about a 3.5 week period into the first part of October. So we may be able to address boosters before it's over.
College athletes who have signed on to be part of the campaign will promote the highlighted games through social media as well.
Well, so many students are learning virtually. We know that some parents want to know whether or not it's safe for their children to still be together in after-school activities, including sports. The state superintendent, Dr. Eric Mackey, says it is okay, but under certain conditions.
I don't think there'd be any problem with that as long as they were well and had not tested, not tested or been in close contact.
Right now, there are over 4,000 COVID-19 cases reported in Alabama's school districts.
New at midday, Governor Ivey is using CARES Act funding to recruit travel nurses from out of state to help Alabama hospitals during the pandemic. The governor is reallocating $12.3 million in that funding. It's funding that has not been reimbursed for other purposes. The Alabama Hospital Association is already responding, saying it's grateful for the help. In a statement, the association writes in part the lack of ICU beds is a direct result of not having enough staff, and that's a crisis that cannot continue.
Those broken McDonald's ice cream machines are more than just a running joke.
One federal agency says it is now time to investigate what is actually going on. And could another toilet paper shortage be on the way? Why Costco is about to put limits on some popular items.